We always gonna start. Dustin, man, we appreciate you coming on in. Bradley was disappointed. I mean, he was betting on you not gonna be.
No,
here.
I didn't.
You were
doubt.
betting.
I didn't bet.
You had doubts.
I didn't bet.
But you doubted.
No, I never doubt Dustin.
Oh my gosh. Hey, there's been a couple of times where you didn't show up and this dude was sitting on the curb like a big brother waiting to come pick him up and like never showed up, and every headlight that passed by was all. I said, Bradley.
It took me back. It took me back to when my dad didn't come get
See?
me.
It was tender feelings.
The abandonment
I
feeling.
was like, Bradley,
you
I don't
abandoned
think
me.
Dustin's coming. Come on in, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's go get you some
My
ice
mom
cream.
told me you were coming.
Yeah, let's go get you some ice cream.
Follow through on this one.
Yeah, so he made sure he was here on this one. Yeah. What up, what up? We're back at you with another episode of We Got You. We got my man Bradley Jackson right here on the right. We got a special guest with us. Before I tell you his name, I just want to tell you a little bit about him. Just from my perspective, because you know I'm an observant person. I watch everything. I go to restaurants. I barely focus on my food because I'm looking at somebody. So I used to go to the gym. I still do. I go to Gold's Gym, and every once in a while I would see this guy walk in. And I would just watch other guys like crush on this dude. Yeah, but not like. But you could just tell like they'll go out of their way to be like, "What's up?" And he's
Yeah.
He catches your eye when he walks in, even somebody like me. And so one day I was just like,
Baby
man,
Hulk.
Baby Hulk over there bending bars and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking doing like walking lunges with hundos. And I'm like, what the fuck? And like other guys are just waiting for him to just say hi to him afterwards. I'm like, what the fuck? And so, you know, one day I walk into work and he's in here getting a fucking haircut. I'm like, oh shit, Baby Hulk is here.
See,
so
I don't go to the gym, so I didn't see him.
So ever since then, you know, he's been a regular here, and now I see him at the gym, and I don't have to be like those other guys. We got a different connection, but we got my man here, Dustin. It's not Parker, because forever I thought it was Parker.
It's Pekar.
Damn, I thought it was Perker. God damn, Pekar. What the hell is that?
Off on that one. Czechoslovakian, bro.
Damn, really?
Yeah. When my family immigrated here, it was shortened from Pekash to Pekar.
Oh, that's what's up.
So whenever they, I guess.
How many people
signed
get
in
that
the
right?
books, not very many.
Yeah,
bro.
I figured.
Where are you from?
A small town outside of Victoria named Hallettsville.
Oh,
just north
shit.
of Victoria, if y'all are familiar with South Texas.
Yeah, I used to do a run. I used to be a truck driver in my past life, and we would do hot shot runs out to Victoria. Just take 183 straight shot.
Yeah.
Right, and go through Gonzales, and then when you get to Cuero, you take a left.
Right. That's right.
And then
That's right.
let me see my memory bank's right, and then you ride that out into Victoria, right? And so Victoria. But there used to be an all-you-can-eat Mexican food restaurant in Cuero. Did you know about this place? It was like Don Magic or some shit like that, but it was homemade buffet food, like Tex-Mex, like fajitas, tortillas, rice and beans.
All you can eat?
For $6. Hey, this is my 350.
What year was that?
This is back in the day, my truck driving days. You know what I'm saying? But this is my 350-pound days too now.
Yeah, you shutting it down.
Oh, y'all! I'm gonna make y'all regret them $6. Y'all gonna regret that shit. Anytime I saw a Victoria run, I got it. I'll take it. $6 buffet. I'm on my way to Victoria.
Yeah, Cuero's a big football town.
It sure is.
High school football, that shit's big as hell over there.
Man, we appreciate you coming on in, taking time out of your day to come sit in with us. This podcast is going to be a little bit about everything. We're going to talk about just being a guy, you know, growing up, maturing, being the ages that we are now. You know, we're just going to touch base on everything. You know, pretty sure we're going to touch on something everyone can relate to. And so that's what this was about. No real specific topics or current affairs or anything like that. You said you grew up in a little south of Victoria, Hallettsville.
North of Victoria.
North of Victoria.
So I still consider it South Texas.
There it is.
Southeast Texas. Yeah.
You still got family down there?
I do.
How often you get your way down there?
Oh, man, probably once every couple of months I try to. Got some nieces and nephews down over that way. It's not that far of a drive, but, man, it's just that you got a busy life, bro.
You grew up, did you grow up hunting and shit?
I did.
With bow hunting or like a real hunter or with a gun?
No, but shit just got popular.
My old boss was my old boss was a bow hunter.
Hey, we old.
Hey,
we like to just shoot.
Hey,
we don't want to chase our shit.
Hey,
right? One shot, you're dead. I ain't trying to fucking track you. I ain't trying to.
Nah, what it is, you guys ain't a good shot.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Pow, 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 pow. Like, God, you ain't gonna do that with the bow.
I'm just saying, you got to get up close and personal with the bow.
Nah, man.
We old school. We're trying to shoot that shit far away.
Hey, my boss was like Rambo in that tree, boy. He used to be in our fucking when I delivered sheetrock back in my truck driving days. My dispatcher would like set up little tents on the sheetrock Because we used to stack it up like 3 stories tall. He would have somebody pick him up, and he would be shooting like as if he was in a tree stand.
Yeah.
It's hitting his target down at the ground like that. You walk in, he'd be like 2 stories up.
A lot of people do that because it's more you have to track the animal now and be like you have to let it get real close to you.
Well, they're just purists, and then there's just people who do it with the gun. It just preference. You know what I'm saying? So you grew up hunting. You grew up
bow hunting.
Bow hunting. That's what's up.
Hell
Damn, I was right.
I did a little bit of everything.
That's what's
man.
up.
I love it's a challenge, man. And it's also like for me, it's just an adrenaline rush. It's too easy to pull a trigger.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's a physical challenge whenever you bow hunt.
You ever try to like be on a tree and just jump on a motherfucker?
Man,
like,
to be completely honest, I can almost reach out and touch a deer before, but it's I mean, yeah, that's always
you went
the thought.
bow, you went bow fishing?
Bow fishing too, man. I shot gars.
Oh, hell yeah, that shit's fun.
It was fun, dude.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I seen online now where they fucking have the helicopter and they're like sniping from the helicopter and shit.
Yeah,
They're doing like the pigs because the pigs get wild.
Gar are real big on Red River, I think. That's what it's Red River. There's some really big gar fish out there.
Oh yeah.
That river so it's like all red and like it's just
there's some big gars and some.
What was it like? What was it like growing up in a small town? I grew up in Austin. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Austin too.
You grew up in South Texas. What was it like? How long were you there? What was? I'm just curious. Cause I mean, we would go to the country every once in a while to go see our country cousins.
Yeah.
we would fucking come.
Well, we go down to the coast. That's pretty much the coast.
Yeah,
though,
it
right?
is the coast. Right? Like an hour.
What were y'all?
It's
Like what? 2A, 3A, 4A.
So whenever I was in high school, we were 3A, but it's like the Gulf Coast area right there. It's for me. I mean, a lot of people don't know that I grew up on a farm. You know? We raised our animals. We butchered our animals. We had our garden. We planted potatoes, bro. We milked our cows.
Damn.
And people, that's a few things that people don't know. But
so you had chores and shit growing up.
Every evening.
It ain't man, motherfucking kids now call CPS on your ass.
Hey, dude, but like a lot of people don't know. You know.
So you're country strong.
That's where it all started. I feel like that's where it all started.
They call it country strong.
Yeah.
Man, you go play somebody in football, old school, high school. You play country boys.
Yeah,
oh man,
hey, we used to play basketball.
You're like, God damn, y'all lift no weights and y'all just strong.
Yeah.
Hey, you can tell by their calves. When their calves are almost as big as their ankles, you're like, oh, that motherfucker, you ain't moving that motherfucker right there. That's an anchor right there. Yeah, that dude ain't moving. So you grew up in the country, you lived outdoors life, you fish, you hunted. I didn't really live that life. I was more of a city guy. I know you're more of a fisher. You like to
fish.
Go fishing your past.
Travis.
I rather just go to the store and save me the time and do that.
There's just something about catching a fish, especially at the coast, because it's a lot bigger, the fight's longer. But it's just something about fighting an animal and reeling it in. I never really went.
But you tricked it.
No, I didn't.
You put fucking chum bait out there.
I didn't put no chum.
What'd you put?
You got a lure, or you put a big ass worm for catfish.
That's tricking the damn animal.
It's not. They bite the hook. It's not my fault they bit the damn hook.
It's fun.
I mean, when you're reeling in a 20-pound catfish and that shit's just fighting
you,
or a big ass carp. We used to do carp in Lake Travis because they're big.
I caught one fish one time. I'll never forget it. It was
we got traumatized, didn't you?
No, hold up. So first of all, they made me like,
See?
Yeah. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna be real. Hey, so they made me bait my own fish because I'm from the city, so I was like, I want to try it, but I a worm or a minnow. Hey, so they put the minnow in they put them in the little bucket and they throw it over the water just to let them live. Yeah. And they're like, all right, pull it out. I put my hand in there. They're all jumpy. Well, I pull my hand out. I jump back. That motherfucker trying to bite me. Little ass minnow. But I finally did catch a fish. Yeah. And I know the feeling you're talking about. Fighting a 20-pounder. Man, you're like, God damn, this is it. But it was a perch. That motherfucker had ball. He wasn't trying to. It was like this big and shit. I felt bad. Yeah.
Now you caught bait.
We threw him back. I threw him back. That was my only. That was
you
my
used bait
one.
to catch bait.
That's my only legitimate catch I ever had in my life. So, yeah. So I kind of gave up on fishing. Plus, I mean, who goes fishing in the hood?
I'm saying, I love.
Nah,
fishing.
people do.
Yeah.
They're called people with dads.
They be going.
Hey, here we go. All sad. Here we go. Hit a sad.
Left turn.
Damn, give me my alcohol. Fuck this podcast.
So no, you can't even fish on Lake Austin. It's banned. So there's a lot of people that don't even fish in the city.
Did they ever get the blue levels right?
I don't
the
know.
blue allergy?
I don't know.
I always wanted to go fishing out there, but
no, you're not supposed to fish out there. Yeah,
well,
I mean, dogs were dying because of the algae in the water. So I mean, I wouldn't eat the damn fish.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just kind of weird.
So man, we're in the middle of this football season. Things are getting heated. Cowboys are stinking it up. All this type of shit. And you and I were talking the other day. We working out, and we were talking about football. You said you played a little football growing up. What was that like?
Man.
We played football growing up, but we played more in the streets. You know what I'm saying? We did have like recreational fucking football, like high school, middle school. But we played more in the streets, and then just played our club ball, whatever it was. What was it like down in South Texas?
Yeah, well, I mean, you probably had a neighbor every 2 or 3 miles down the road.
Oh shit!
You just gather who you could, man. We play in the yard.
Was y'all team good?
Because y'all, they had Pop Warner, right? Y'all had Pop Warner?
Who?
Pop Warner. It's like a little league.
Like Little League football.
No, we didn't have not yet, man. They have it, or not then. They have it now.
Yeah.
They had Little League football, and we didn't have that shit whenever I was a kid.
Well,
whenever you didn't play football until you were a 7th grader.
Yeah, 7th grade. Yeah.
You just threw around the football and watched football on TV. There was no pee-wee football. You know what I mean?
You play.
That shit's big, man.
We used to play
It
politically.
huge.
We used to play a politically incorrect game until we played middle school football.
My mom told me, do not call it that.
Do not call it that. Well, we used to play a game. I'm pretty sure everybody had the rendition of this game. Just where I'm from, and it kind of as an adult now, it makes you like,
know what you're talking about.
It makes you cringe a little bit. You're like, fuck,
because you didn't know what you didn't know what it was back then. Everybody said the word, and
you didn't know what it was. You just threw it away casually. Like, oh, so and so. And we used to play a game.
Smear the, what it was.
We used to call it Smear the Queer.
We changed it. My mom made us change it. It was called Fumble.
And Smear the
and
Queer
used to fumble
was
the ball if you got tackled.
The Smear the Queer was just a whole group of it was a free for all. And whoever had the ball had to run to score a touchdown, and everybody had to tackle them. And every once in a while, you'll just get these badass motherfuckers that would just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's when you would see true athletes.
Like 9 or 10 times run back and forth, and you just fucking finally get tired of chasing this dude, so you finally get him. But that was Smear the Queer. And it's so ironic because we,
Now, man, that shit, you don't.
You ain't gonna say Smear the Queer, but in that back in the day, the quote unquote queer would be the baddest motherfucker. He would run you over, juke you, outrun you.
True,
yeah, like that's shit.
That's really where you got your training at until you started playing football.
Yeah, you had to run. It was more survival. Like all these motherfuckers are coming from me. So and then you transfer over to football and live that little glorious life. I didn't get too far in football. I just played high school ball. Did you?
It was not.
What'd you do?
I played some college ball.
How'd that go?
I played for a year, man. I played for a year in Henderson State in Arkadelphia, Arkansas.
How was that?
It was an experience. It was an ego check for sure.
Yeah.
Coming from
what position?
I played outside linebacker.
Oh, that's what's up.
In high school, I played free safety and then slot receiver. I played a little bit of everything. Punt returner. I played everything. When I was in high school, I didn't step off the field until my senior year, and that was just for extra point.
Oh,
if you went to a small school, you played every single. I went to a small school, 2A school.
We were the smallest 3A school in the state of Texas at that point in time. A lot of things have changed since then, but we were the smallest 3A school in the state of Texas my senior year.
Yeah.
But I played a year. I got recruited to play at Henderson State. A lot of schools I got recruited to, but my grades weren't all there, bro. My head was in a different place. As a young man.
Yeah. We had a homie. I went to high school with a guy who was like the number 2 prospect to come out of high school as a running back, and this is from a school that I think we won like 2 games my entire high school span. So they're also the school that got beat by Drew Brees 84-0.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's when Drew Brees and Ryan Nunez were at Westlake.
Ryan Nunez, he went to Colorado too.
Yeah, and then he transferred.
Yeah.
And then he transferred to UT.
Yeah.
And then they had that running back from Bowie, Ike.
Yeah,
Victor Ike.
Yeah, that dude was
because he was the running back, and then they moved Ryan Nunez as slot.
Yeah.
We only had like a 1-win season was our biggest motherfucker.
Yeah,
win.
back then though, nobody really went to school. I mean, they played football, but everybody if you were good in football,
all the coaches would get you. Yeah, you had the green light. I mean, you could skip. You could.
I think that's kind of where it started for me. You know, that's where I feel like they slacked
now it's
off.
It's
they
way
you
different.
Like you felt entitled a little bit.
Not just I felt entitled, but I mean, especially in high school, whenever you started, football's a big thing in Texas. You know what I mean?
Humongous.
It's huge. I mean, it's crazy, but yeah, I feel like I had some slack cut from me.
But if nobody that goes back to men in your life, because if nobody teaches you what's right, then how are you gonna know? You think it's right because you don't know because nobody's checking you on it.
Or
you just don't know. You know what I mean? It's not nobody's fault. You
the
just
people
don't know.
you're kicking it with are doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
and no one's telling you no. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. I mean, like when I went to high school, we had a badass running back, and he would only come to school on Fridays.
Oh, that's nuts,
bro. They passed him. His freshman year, they passed him. He would just go to summer school. During the summertime, he would go every single year. Never went to class. I was his best friend. Like, he would come over our house and chill. Never went to school. And he tried to go to college, and he couldn't pass the test.
But that's the problem, man. These motherfuckers be, getting caught up in that shit, trying to live this life that they're not. Fast forward to now. What has you in Austin, dude?
Yo, that's an interesting and long explanation to that one. But right now, I'm into personal training and fitness, group fitness, coaching boot camps.
Yeah, getting into personal training, doing your boot camp.
Yeah.
You work caddy corner from us in the shopping center where Juice Land is at. That's a heat boot camp, but he also does his own little, you could work out with personal trainers. I've been working out with him for the past few months now. I've been getting my ass kicked. It's a little fun, good time, bringing out like a different person out of me. You know what I'm saying? Which is good. We always need that little bit of push. I'll tell you an example. Yesterday or Tuesday, we were on our 36 fucking bench incline, and my fucking 34 rounds of 12. And I'm like, he's like, I ain't gonna let you put it down. I'm like, fuck. All right, let's get it.
You're gonna get all 12, big dog.
Yeah, so that's been going on. Personal trainer, huh? I know not too long ago you went and won a little first place doing your little thing. Well, I want to know something. Fuck this. What type of dedication does it take to be a fucking personal trainer, to go fucking, I know you compete in competitions.
I want to know what the competitions are like.
Yeah.
Like, is that like
I just picture a whole bunch of guys back there just looking at their asses.
Too, though.
Yeah.
So it's like,
guys
the competition thing is like really big. Like, one of my other homeboys does it, and he fucking moved to Florida, and he had his own gym and stuff, and it's just crazy. Like, I mean, they go and they win, and
then they blow up, right?
Well, man, it's
they have different levels too.
They are. It's different levels. The show I did was a national qualifier, and I ended up winning that show, which qualifies me for nationals. Now, once you start winning those shows from there, that's when you're going to start to blow, because those national shows, those guys aren't no joke. Like, these guys are the top notch. Because to qualify for there, it's the best of the best of these other competitions.
Yeah.
One that I had won, but even a national qualifier draws in more. Which pro card's a big deal. I mean, for me, but guys, the reason why I did this was because somebody asked me on a whim. I was going to do a conditioning workout with On It. We were going to do as a group, kind of like a community fitness workout with the community here in Austin, a bunch of small gyms, and they had canceled that last minute. And I was like, man, I have to do something. I wanted to do something. I have never, I've always thought of myself as a bodybuilder, but I never really pictured myself stepping on stage. And then my buddy Drew, he was doing this show, and he said, man, just do it. He goes, you're already lean, And I was like, you may as well do something. I want to do something with this, because I was conditioned, and I wanted to do something and just compete. I was like, you know what? If I don't challenge myself with this, I'll regret it, And I just did it. So never have I done a show prior, and as far as bodybuilding, man, you're posing in front of a couple thousand people. Man, it was an adrenaline rush. And
what about being in a Speedo?
It was uncomfortable. But I mean, when you walked on stage, dude, and to me, I was pretty confident, bro, with what I had and what I brought there.
Did you use the sock trick like Bradley?
No sock trick.
No sock trick. All right.
So do they have like different weight classes? How are you classified?
So is
there like I don't know. Yeah, is there different?
Yeah. So in bodybuilding, you have what they have different breakdowns. Bodybuilding is where you get your huge guys. All right, they got. Just these.
They're taking stuff or the natural.
They're in the NPC, bro. They're not tested. So I can't say that all of them are not natural, but a lot of them are. There's sports enhancement drugs that are used in the industry. It's just
what it is, right?
It is what it is, and and people know.
They
know what
that.
they're competing with. But from that show, I was pretty confident when I seen what was there in my class. So from bodybuilding, they have a newer in-betweens, what they call classic physique. Now more towards like the Arnold era. You know what I mean? They more of not so ripped, so big. So it's like so unreal. So it's drawing a lot of attraction. This is only like 3 or 4 years old now.
Yeah.
And then they have physique. And these guys are just in board shorts. They used to be nothing but physique in bodybuilding. Okay. So since they brought this classic physique in, that was something I liked that look more so. I like the look of a classic physique, because I just don't want to. It's just too health and posing to try to get that large and be.
Why do they get so
like
tan?
Yeah, that is weird. To show their muscles more, show the cut.
No, I always wondered about that, because they they get super orange.
Well, that's just show definition.
That's just show definition.
Yeah, because it's going to show in the creases of your body whenever you're darker like that. It's going to show.
Did you do the keto to get in shape?
Have I before?
No, to get in that to get.
No, not for the.
You did the keto before?
I have tried keto.
How did it go?
I mean, dude, it's.
How do you feel about these fad diets? I mean, it seems like
It's not a fad, man.
I know, but every so few years we get the Atkins, we get the paleo, we get the.
I think it's something that works for. I mean, I feel like somebody's.
But I
gonna do
feel
something.
I get that part, but I feel like there's this wave of like.
I think that people are always going to have these ideas.
Herbalife is hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's always like this wave of fucking keto now.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I can't preach it enough when it comes to nutrition. It has to be balanced, man. You can't keto and just fat and protein. It's just not sustainable for the body.
You can't do it that long.
You can't.
What's a balance? Like what would be an ideal balanced meal? Would you say? I mean, your balanced meal, like simple. Keep it simple.
I mean, just break 100% down by 3. 33% fat, 33% protein, 33% carbs. And that is a basic start for people. You know, I used to start people off at a 40-40-20, but fats are important, you know, and for more males than females, but it gives those people a little bit more of a wiggle room. So I think breaking it down that way is you need them all. You know, and you don't need just a couple. You don't need, just one. You need all 3 of them. Your brain needs carbohydrates. Your brain needs fats. Your body needs protein to repair. So, I mean, I think it's crucial. Now, I think with protein, though, it's getting a little bit out of hand on the amounts of protein that people are consuming, which is
Example, what do you mean?
When you ingest large amounts of proteins, you're going to be at risk for cardiovascular heart disease. I mean, it's pretty.
Any protein or?
Any protein.
Like,
and over a period of time, because it causes your internals to work harder. It's got to break down that stuff. It's got to process it. And it's that protein's just added up over time is going to lead to that. If you're ingesting a lot. I mean, I'm ingesting a lot right now.
What are you talking about? Like you talking about like fish and chicken protein?
Yeah, any kind of protein.
Damn, so I always heard just red meat.
No, that's like one of the worst ones. Right?
Red meat has a lot. But you're thinking about there's a reason why red meat's. It's a lot of antibiotics pumped in that red meat if you're not buying stuff that, a lot of that chemicals that are pumped into those cattle and pumped into the chicken, that chicken's still not good just because it's chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're not buying quality food.
Mine's are great. I get it at Sprouts.
So I still, man, I've seen it the past 10 to 15 years. These diets come in and out where they're hot, they're cold, it's all about marketing, it's what, and then whatever it, and then, dude, there's different strokes for different folks.
And it does work. I mean, there is results, and the beauty about that is you just don't know like what it could kickstart.
Yeah,
all right, so you start off with the keto.
And I was just about to say
you start off with the keto or the Atkins,
learn.
and then you see some results, and then you're like, okay. Some people will be like, nah, well, fuck that. I want to start eating carbs again and just go back ham and be bigger than what they started.
Yeah.
And then some people will be like, okay, what's the next step from here?
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I used to be 350 on the scale. And so I didn't do any diets. I did do diets, my bad. But all I did was low carb intake.
I like that.
You see what I'm saying? So I still ate. It was just low carb intake. And then I went straight to CrossFit. I didn't go to the box gym.
Yeah.
I went straight to CrossFit, and there was like 99% of the fucking workouts I couldn't do because I didn't have the flexibility, I didn't have the ability, and it was just way out of my. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how long ago did you start CrossFit?
So CrossFit. So I've been 13 is May 2013 is when I started. Like, okay, like I'm changing my life.
Yeah.
And then, so June 2013 is when I started CrossFit.
Okay. And I have my thing about CrossFit. Where at did you?
I went to Bulletproof CrossFit. It was a small gym. I do know what you're saying, but I did hurt myself in a couple of things.
So
I was just going to ask you.
So sorry.
Okay.
CrossFit and like somewhere where you work, what's the difference?
Well, dude,
what is CrossFit? Like I don't really. I can look it up and
to be completely honest, CrossFit's to me, it's a cult. It's a style of fitness that, it's CrossFit, so they're cross training, right?
Yeah.
That's all it is. cross training has been around for a very long time. Somebody had just coined CrossFit. Right?
Yeah, it's patent. It's a trademark.
It is.
You can't.
I see CrossFit on TV, right?
Yeah.
They have like CrossFit competition,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah,
CrossFit,
yeah.
where they like go and they like pick up stuff and then they
Dude,
walk with
I
it.
have the utmost admiration for these guys. I mean, you've got Navy SEALs out there competing with these
Yeah.
folks. The thing about it is they do a lot of Olympic lifting, so a lot of overhead stuff, which I'm not a big fan of. I mean, not for my clientele, basically, even not for me, because that's not my background.
Yeah.
Mine is powerlifting and strength, so my big 3 movements are squats, deadlifts, and like a press.
Yeah. That was my problem. Is I have tight shoulders, and so when you were trying to do like an overhead squat, and then you're not
tight calves.
I got tight. I'm tight everything. I got a tight ass.
I mean, that's why as I wanted to know a little bit more about that. I was going to ask you how much time did they spend with you whenever you first come in? Did they work on form?
No.
So that's
it was pretty much
throw you in
yeah,
there,
it was pretty
man.
much get in line for me.
And
I mean, they definitely. I mean, where I went, they definitely monitor like the weight, your form. They'll tell you, hey, drop weight, don't whatnot, modify something. They definitely gave you the modifications, but for the most part, it was you go with what you feel.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like I can tell you the time I got hurt. I'll never forget it. It's we were doing deadlifts and we were doing I forget it was a warm up with deadlifts and I was at 350 and we were done.
Oh, your weight was not the weight that you were lifting.
Yeah, the weight I was lifting was 350.
Oh, okay.
So I think we were doing like I just finished the last like round of it, and right when I dropped it, I was like, man, I feel extremely fucking strong right now. I could have done way more. So what I do is throw on another 50 just to make it 400.
Not smart.
And I didn't keep my
smart.
back straight.
Ooh,
So I didn't dig in like when you're about to lift, like you pop your ass up and tuck your back down. I know now, and pull your scats back. I wasn't doing that.
I got him trying.
This motherfucker here. This motherfucker got over here working out like
Hell
scats
yeah.
back, head up. Don't want to. Yeah, he's always like telling. Like, what the beauty about working out with him, especially being me, he breaks down like I can't even tell you. I don't know the muscle. Be like, all right, the reason why you do this because this muscle works out this muscle, but if you do it wrong, then you're gonna work out this muscle. And I'm like, bet. Like I'm like, all right, bet. I'll take all that shit in. But I just remember I was pulling 400, and I remember like my back being arched a little bit, but I had it. Right when I stand up to lock it, I felt like somebody punched me in my lower back. And I dropped the weight. And the reason why I thought somebody was fucking with me is because everyone was putting their weights up behind me, and I was just doing an extra one just to get it in. And I thought somebody literally came behind me, went right when I was lifting, and so I dropped the weight. And I was like, "What the fuck?" I said, "Who hit me?" and they all looked at me like, "Nobody." I go, "Nah, somebody hit me." And then I felt it start to tighten up.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized I pulled something.
Yeah.
But luckily it wasn't like.
Yeah, at least it wasn't a spine issue.
Yeah. That was ugly. Damn. And I just remember
lucky, though.
Dude. Right after that, I stopped working out. Obviously, it hadn't quite swelled up yet. It was still like hot. So I felt it starting to stiffen up. And I was like, man, as soon as I calm down, like or mellow out, this shit here is gonna hurt. Yeah. And I remember I had to work and cut hair. I was like all stiff back. I was just like walking like a penguin. And
How much longer did you do CrossFit after that?
Not much longer because I did CrossFit for about 2 years, and the thing that sucks about CrossFit. Well, it depends on who you are. Yeah, is working out in the winter.
In the cold
they don't have heaters. They don't have air conditioners or heaters. So by fucking time you warm up.
That reminds me of high school, man.
Yeah, by the time you warm up, the workout's over.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The whole time though, you're all dressed up. You're trying to, you know what it's like to play football outside in the cold. You ain't trying to really pop nobody until it's time to pop somebody because it's cold. So so I did that for a few years, but that essentially so then that's why I ended up in the box gym because it was cold. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna, and you go to the box gyms, they pretty much have set up for everything now. So then when I saw they had the platform and the bumper plates, I was like, oh, I'm good here. But I also realized something about CrossFit is that unless you work out, you just become CrossFit strong. You see what I mean? Yeah. Like if you like, it just all becomes technique and I'm a naturally bigger frame. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't like bulking up anything. I was slimming down, but there was like, I was like skinny, like not skinny, just nothing to, you know what I'm saying? So,
cause there's a lot of cardio.
Well, it's cause it's all, the ideal for CrossFit is form.
Yeah.
Like to go from here to over your head takes little effort if you're doing it right.
Yeah.
Yes, for CrossFit, but fitness in general has come a long ways in the past 15 years, bro. Can you remember what it was like 15 years ago? I mean,
No, I didn't work out 15 years
Remember
ago.
those, remember those damn jump soles back in the day?
jump soles.
The basketball shoes with the spring on the back.
Oh shit!
Remember those fucking things? Or they had the cheap ones where you could just put your shoe in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I
10
do
inch
remember
vertical,
that.
baby.
I
I'm
do
trying to
remember
dunk.
that.
You didn't have, that's why your calves are so big.
Yeah,
I remember right
That's
before
funny.
your competition, Bradley gave you that big pointer.
funny.
I hope it looked like it
Yeah.
pulled out. There's trophies in the back. We're gonna set them up.
Raises, man, that one machine.
That's all you use to do.
Lift up.
What's the as a guy? I'm intrigued. What's the like the feedback from the women for what you do? What's that like? Is it? I know you're single. Bradley's in a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
I'm in a newish.
Well, first, who do you like training more, guys or girls?
No, girls. I can tell you why.
Oh, bro. I mean, I enjoy both, but
Who listens better?
most of the time, what do you think about it, bro? Whenever right now, whenever the male clients that come across me in this demographic in Austin, whenever they want to come to me and they want to look like me or they want to build a body,
They're inspired.
and you show them the work that they have to do.
Yeah.
They usually don't hang around, bro.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? Because that body building and building muscle tissue is harder than losing weight. It's so much harder than losing weight. But the most people that come to me that want to lose weight are females. So it's not like I enjoy one more than the other.
Who loses it faster?
Definitely men.
Yeah,
If they watch
men
their
respond
diet,
better.
yeah. Females, they just don't have as high as a metabolism as we do. Don't carry as much muscle mass as we do. But I mean, it's about how active you are too. You know what I mean? For men, it's a lot easier for them to lose weight quicker, but it's all about your metabolics too. Some females have a super high metabolism, super high, and some are not. I mean, based on age too.
Yeah.
You know?
Age is a big thing. Age is a big thing
Fuck,
because
man.
now that I gotten older, shit.
It's like waking up like an old computer turning on.
Like with the floppy
No
disk
kidding.
lesson in
Yeah,
there.
I
gotta-
gotta-
Drink 3 bottles of water,
Yeah.
fucking take all my vitamins.
I gotta
and
stretch.
then I gotta go
I
do yoga in the morning for like an hour.
I gotta do this. I gotta do this and this.
I gotta lean on the bed.
Yeah, I gotta touch my toes. I'm like,
I just wake up.
it's like trying to start a '57 Chevy with the back carburetor. Yeah, that's what I'm like now. Shit.
What about you, Chris? How's it over there?
How old are you, Chris? Nice. So 33, 2 single guys. Y'all should go tear up the town together. Y'all two savages. You never heard about white chocolate over here, right?
Nah, I haven't.
White chocolate's a man out there.
bet
We'll
so.
tell you more about
Pinky
him.
strong.
Yeah.
See, I was gonna work that in there, but I was gonna be classy. But he is pinky strong.
Oh yeah.
He is pinky. So, what's it like, dude? I mean, I'd imagine if I was to switch roles with you, like you know, back in the movies where I'll be
Freaky
you for
Friday.
that. Yeah, Freaky Friday. If I was a Freaky Friday, your ass, man, I'd be out there getting these down, right?
You be trying to slam?
Man, I'd be out there. What's it like?
Oh man,
Just,
I
you
can't- I
live.
don't
You're
know.
an introvert. You sit at home. Do you date? You're married. You got
They
kids.
be in your DMs or
you
what?
got DMs. What's the deal? You got
man.
they
'Cause
young.
I saw a meme the other day. And it
They
said,
young or they
It
old?
said women be in the DMs, you just ugly.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
completely honest, man, I'm not I don't have a lot of people hitting up the DMs. I mean, I'll tell you, gay men, you know. Gay,
Oh,
they be-
shit!
they be trying to
Oh,
get you in
shit.
Austin.
motherfuckers.
Oh,
They trying
dude,
to
mother-
get you- yeah, I mean, they do. To be completely honest, I mean, men, they're still men.
Yeah.
they don't. I mean,
They be
they
trying to-
have no respect.
What
you know
the
what I mean?
fuck? Do you
know
get
what
dick
I mean?
pics?
At
Do you
some
get
point
dick
in time-
pics?
Come on, bro.
I don't know. Do they? But women get unsolicited
Oh,
dick pics.
man.
No,
I
I'm not
haven't-
saying you
I
ask
haven't-
for
I
it.
haven't had
law
anything
now.
like
Yeah.
that. I
Well,
haven't
I
had
Against the
think-
law
yeah,
now.
hell
I
yeah.
haven't
They
had
can't do it.
anything
If
like
they
Hey,
that.
do it, report their
I'm
ass.
dialing *667 before I send that so it can come up private.
His face.
Look,
He got some dick
look,
pics.
criminal out there. He's already 3 times.
No, yeah, Austin. Yeah.
You send dick pics?
Y'all just went to dick pics so quickly.
Because he
The
said that,
second you guys got to start talking about
because
dick
they
pics,
said
Hey, I didn't say
Bradley's
anything.
eyes lit up. He perked up real quick.
I didn't say anything. I'm just
Because
like,
I'm curious.
Bro, I never would have
If
even
you
thought that.
get-
I was talking about the women, and then he started talking about gay dudes.
That's
hitting them up.
fine.
And I'm like, I
And-
never even thought about that.
and that's fine. And
Like,
he said
bro,
men are men. And if
No,
men
I'm-
are men, women say, do you get unsolicited dick pics when you're single or if you're single or whatnot? You know you do. Don't be fucking lying. See? It happens. Women get it. And if a man's a man, it's a natural thought to think that this dude might get unsolicited.
That's true. That hasn't happened to me, though.
Well, that's good. Bradley, change that.
No, bro, I got a girl. I don't even fucking.
What's that like?
I don't even accept.
How long you been in yours?
Man, we've been together for a long.
35, you said? You're 35? No,
36.
You're 36. You've been in a long-term relationship.
It'll be 9 years in March.
What's that like?
I mean, it's fun.
Yeah?
I mean, I've been together with her forever. I mean,
since you gotten older, I know relationships have changed.
oh man, it's definitely different. I mean,
Since
it's
you were younger
because
to
you
now?
want different things.
Like what?
It's not just all about fun now. You know,
You're past that.
Yeah, we're past that now. So, I mean, besides that, I mean, we've
But
been
shit
together.
that like different, like
She wants to get married and stuff. It's
I mean, eventually you want to get married.
for sure.
Yeah, everyone wants to get
Yeah.
married. Do you feel pressure or something like
I
at
mean,
a certain age?
I think
Not
everybody
like-
feels pressure when you're in a relationship.
but not the pressure of the marriage, like the pressure of like maybe Bradley Jackson state of mind right now isn't right, or maybe Bradley
Nah,
Jackson.
I mean,
like, do you feel any type of pressure like that?
Nah.
Because I was engaged once, but I never proposed.
Same here.
Hold on, you were engaged, but you weren't.
How did you do that? Never mind. I was engaged, but I proposed whenever I asked to.
See, all right.
be
So
engaged.
when I used to be a truck driver, I was with this girl, and I started my first entrepreneurial route, which was I bought my first truck, right, and it was an old truck, but it was mine.
Yeah.
I kept it clean. No, so but every week or every 2 weeks, like something would happen to the truck.
Yeah.
Like it would just fumble in the beginning of the week, and I would have to like mechanic on it. Well, over some time, the lady I was dating, we were together a few years, and her family really liked me, and I was like stable, right? And so they wanted me to like calm her down. We've already been together already for a
was
while.
there pressure there?
Yeah. No. Yes. So one day I'm working on my truck, and prior to this, I'll tell you this one instance. One time we go to Vegas, and we were going for her mom's marriage, and right when we're landing, we're eating. It's just us, the mom, the grandma, and like the grandma's boyfriend, and like the son, her brother. And the grandma's like, "Hey, let's just have fun and make this a double wedding." And she's talking about me and
Mind your business.
Yeah, and I was
Mind your
like, "Oh hell no!" So, but
man.
that came up a few times.
So you're talking about, there's the pressure.
Yeah, so I started. I started
that
to
pressure
feel.
right there is.
I
not
thought he
cool.
was going to say it was like an arranged marriage.
No.
I got some truck parts and I had to marry his daughter.
No, hey, so
See that pressure? It sucks that it's like that.
Well, I'm
though.
just
it
telling you.
shouldn't be like
I'm
that.
just going to tell you the pressure that built up. All right, so
Yeah.
that was prior to engaging without getting. Without being engaged without proposing. So that happened like 3 times, and I realized like, oh shit, I think that they really try to like ambush me.
Yeah.
That's why this pressure. I mean, it came like you notice it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You notice it.
Yeah.
Like fuck. All right, that's the 3rd time we referenced. So I just pretended to get sick, and I stayed in my room the rest of the trip. They just ended up doing the trip themselves, and I didn't go to the wedding. I ended up pretending to have food poisoning in the room because I was gullible. I probably would have fucking done it. You see what I'm saying? I was a drinker.
Yeah.
So
got married.
I would have probably got married by Elvis or some bullshit. I would have probably got talked into it or something. So so I just pretend to get sick.
How old were you then?
I was shit. So her and I split up when I was like 25. So that was probably like 20. Yeah. So that was probably like around 22.
Oh, yeah, you were
Shit, that's
young.
the same year. Same age
That was
as I
around
asked.
22. So then around 23-ish is when I went into, buying my own truck. And when we would go to dinner or go to catch up with family, they would ask like, yo, y'all consider getting married? So finally, one day my truck breaks down, dead summer. I'm working on a fucking fuel pump that's attached to the frame. And the only way to get to a fuel pump in this 18-wheeler is underneath, reaching all the way up as high as you can to fill a lug nut that you could barely turn like. And you have to take it out and hope you find it again and go, right? And so, and then while you're doing that, the gas is falling on you.
Oh, fuck.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
So you're just a fucking
oh,
noise.
and it's hot.
You're just like, God damn.
and if you don't get this done,
I've been there.
how you gonna move your truck?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So it's like, that's pressure. Like
yeah.
a
So
motherfucker.
then finally I'm done. I'm covered in oil. I'm still 350. I'm in weight, and I walk in.
And what, was it summertime?
Yeah,
Oh,
most definitely. Hey, and I walk in, and she fucking goes, "Oh, hey, my mom asked, have you thought about getting married today?" And I walk upstairs, I take a shower, I come down, I say, "Hey, get dressed, man. Let's just go." And she goes, bet. So we get dressed, we get in the car, we're going straight to the mall. I had to call the bank before I talked to her. I called the bank, and just to see, because I didn't have a credit card, I had a debit card, and I asked them what's the biggest one swipe transaction I could do, because they have limit on debit cards. Yeah, and so they go $5,000 is what they told me, and so I come downstairs. I say, hey, get dressed. I come downstairs. We leave. We're going to the. She goes, where are we going? It was a Friday. I said, we're going to the mall. We walk into the mall. We walk right to Zales, and I go, you got $3,000 to pick a ring out. She goes, I'll take that one. I go, God damn, no shame. God damn. No motherfucking shame. So that's how we got engaged. As soon as we got engaged, her fucking mom, her dad, who was like this big wig at Delta, every other week was mailing us $500 checks to pay for the wedding. So from that moment, she announced it, that we're getting married. And then they would ask, like, well, how'd you propose? And I'm like,
I took her to the mall.
What do y'all got going on today? Yeah. What do y'all got? We never had like that romantic story. You see what I'm saying? And so she realized I didn't want to get married. Shocker. And it didn't work out. Yeah. So I was engaged once without I never got the ring back. Now that I think about it. You owe me that ring. No, you owe me that ring back.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me
Oh,
too.
you got to.
She kept the ring.
She kept the ring. It's a gift at some point.
Sure. Yeah, it really is.
When do I get a fucking gift I can fucking keep? God damn.
No
All I got is this that damn apartment lease in my name and that I can't afford, and you moving out. God damn. No, that was my prize. So, but hey, that worked out for the best, because if it wasn't for that, I know
it was all meant to be.
I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? I would have still been a truck driver. I would have been comfortable in that life.
You couldn't see it then, but it worked out.
Oh yeah. At the time, I was fucking heartbroken. I was ready to move out of Texas. I'll never forget. I was ready to move out of Texas. I called my homegirl up in Cali. I was like, yo, I'm coming to Cali like Biggie. And she said, and she goes, no. And I was like, damn. So I had to face that, go through that little heartbreak. Yeah, you never had your heart broken?
Man, fuck. Relationships are trash, man. I had a girl break up with me on Valentine's.
Valentine's ain't a real holiday.
For back then,
for light skins, it is. Shit. Valentine's
over here, bro.
We drinking on shit. I like it.
I mean,
Valentine's, I picture for light skins.
On it, that was like the best thing too.
Valentine's for light skins, I feel like are for both of y'all.
But really, I wasn't sad. When you really think about it.
Well, you were sad at the time.
You learned something about yourself.
Yeah, you don't realize. Yeah. You never realize when you're going through a heartbreak what the fuck you gonna learn from that.
But I treated that girl like trash. So I mean,
it was your fault.
Yeah.
It was your fault.
I was young and dumb.
How young?
I shouldn't even have been with her.
How young?
22. Same thing.
That's when you wearing. That's when you're wearing the lugs.
Yeah, that's why I'm with B boots.
B boots with
when I was going to
True
Paradox up in this.
True loving, right there. That's called true loving.
Yeah.
True love. Yeah, that's that young love.
Yeah.
Now, it's a whole.
I wouldn't even have been with that girl now.
Nah, hell no.
I wouldn't even have been with that girl.
Yeah, now,
you know what I mean?
now damn near all the women I've dated, I know I wouldn't fuck with. Now, you know, you got older, the standards get higher. You see what I'm saying?
Not even that though, but like
it's not. But it's not the standard. What I'm trying to say, it's not the standard and caliber of women and how they're looking. Yeah. It's the standard of what you're willing to deal with.
Yeah.
But when you're younger, you'll. Me, this is just me personally. When I was younger, I was willing to go through some shit, get lied to.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, be mistreated. I'm not talking about abuse, but like not be respected or whatnot. Shit. Do that shit now. Do that shit now. Hey.
Fuck out. We old though now.
Hey, we old. That's the thing. When you get older, you learn how to from getting hurt from these relationships.
Yeah,
you learn how to build these.
You
learn to build these defenses. You know what I'm saying? Like the part that when I as an adult, when I look back when I was like in that fucked up relationship that I was engaged in.
I think everybody's been cheated on. I think everybody's been.
Of course, but the thing is,
at least they feel like they done.
But some people don't learn from that shit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like if you get cheated on, our automatic response is to blame that other person.
Yeah. When you could always get out of the relationship.
Exactly. So then for me, I just questioned myself.
Yeah.
Well, why did I go through so fucking much?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Why did I allow myself? Well, I was insecure. I didn't have shit to myself. I didn't have really anything going in my direction at that time. Yeah. So like those brought out even more insecurities that I fucking had. But when you get older, if you really start to reflect on like where you come from, essentially, you see what I'm saying? And to where you are now, you learn, all right, well, I'm not gonna deal with like not having somebody to depend on. I'm gonna build my own shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my own house. I ain't waiting to build this white picket fence with somebody. I got my own fucking picket fence. And I hate white. So you know what I mean? So
Not white people.
No, yeah, not white. We like white. I'm talking about the white picket fence. I want a brown one
With graffiti on it.
with a little bit of graffiti. I want a couple missing so a dog can get out. Man, they get mad at the dog for getting out because I'm giving it a good life, motherfucker. Go on out of here, Chico.
This guy here.
So that I get the memory. So yeah, you just learn how to like essentially like I call it like a defense, but you're preparing, not propelling yourself. You're not, you know what I'm saying? Because
But you also learn to get perspective, though.
Well, of
and
course,
so you
have
figure
to.
out what you like, and you don't deal with the bullshit no more.
yeah, you won't. You
'Cause
recognize
back
it
in
right
the
off the
day,
bat.
You're like, damn. I mean, back in the
Right
day,
off the bat.
You're young. You're just, I mean, trying to smash everything.
We're gonna have to do a part 2 on this podcast
But you're also trying to chill, too.
because I know my boy here is in a rush. He's got to go somewhere in a little bit. He's got a whiskey tasting over there. I know. Look, he's over there shaking white chocolate. White chocolate.
Let's go.
We're gonna end this podcast on relationship, and the next one we're gonna start it with Dustin is gonna be on relationships. Probably bring
hear
up.
about this proposal.
Yeah, I want to hear about the
Oh,
proposal.
yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
fucking stay tuned for the
Yeah.
proposal. We're gonna know what the love life is like. I want to know what it's like to club women and not even have to club them, just be like, and they go with you. I don't have it like that. I gotta like.
Because, man, it's
Shower
crazy.
with
Because I've been with my
gifts.
girl for 9 years. I don't even know what the fuck Tinder is. Like that.
Online
I don't know.
dating?
I don't know
That shit
neither.
didn't exist before
I know.
us.
Yeah.
We had to get
we
denied in
actually had to get
person.
the number and shit.
Bradley, it's like Grinder, but for girls.
I don't even know what the fuck
I
Grindr
don't even know what
Yeah,
Grindr is. neither.
that's for guys, but it's he's trying to have a little.
Yeah, you
joke.
trying to have a joke, little motherfucker?
Yeah, hey, when's the last time you ever gone? When's the
He
last
was
time?
seeing if you're gonna know.
When's the
what that
last
is.
time either one of y'all young guys ever gone up to a girl and like try to spit game?
He ain't got no game.
You
Look
got
at him.
game? Give me a good pickup line. I'm gonna give you a
Pickup
simple one. You
line,
ready?
you'd ask
Take
me
this to
that.
the motherfucking. Y'all ready for two? Y'all
Let
two
me hear it,
youngsters?
let me
We
What
about to
you
hear a
got?
dad joke.
What's up? That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, join us next
With
time.
the fat joke.
You got all disappointed. Don't get disappointed. That shit works, son. All right, man. Hey,
As long as you're confident in it, yo. As long as you're
what's
confident in
up?
it.
Hey, we're gonna bring you part 2. We're gonna continue this podcast because we got a whiskey taster that's got to go. Man, we appreciate y'all. We got
Appreciate
my man,
it, man.
Bradley Jackson over here. We got my man Dustin.
Appreciate you having me.
What's the last name again?
Pekar.
Pekar. Yeah, man, give him a follow on Instagram. You see him posing. He's flexing like this. We're going to tag him. That's about it for us.
Right on.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, senor.
Bro, that was fun. And a whole lot easier than I thought.
Yeah, cause we just try to get the talking.
Yeah, we just trying to fucking.
Part two would be fun.
Yeah, we just.
Yeah, because part 2, we jumping into the meat.